I am Cazlynne Peffer, and I am a multidisciplinary artist. I focus work on the found object, and the topics I explore are what I would call confessional, self-reflexive, so they are based on my lived experiences. Sadly or unfortunately, they're always experiences centered around trauma. But I think that's just natural in me trying to make sense of the mess that is life. Hosiery or pantyhose. Conventionally, we know that it's associated to female garments. But for me, growing up, it was part of our Sunday best. My mom used it to wrap her hair at night in a swirl ghost. My dad would use it to polish his shoes. I use it to clean my nails off. So it's a very functional object that speaks very much about my sense of livelihood. And I was looking for a way to work with the material that didn't connote the body as obviously as it does, because if you look at it, it lies there hollow. You still see the legs, the pair of legs. If you put it on, it stretches over the curvature of your skin. It sits so close to your intimate and most private parts. It soaks up sweat. It gets discolored and stained through blood and urine. And sometimes even your pubic hair would find itself wefted in the fabric. So it's a very intimate and personal fabric or material for me to have used. And I came along the thought of using it to the likelihood of a game called Mama Safe, because once they were tattered and torn, we would cut them up into small strips and tie it into this long knot, this knotted band. And we played this game, Mama Safe, where we jumped into, out of, and over this boundary that was around our bodies. The issue I'm trying to address through the hosiery is one of sexual violation, and one done at the hands of someone you know, someone you trusted, and in my case, someone I was attracted to. What I hope for them to take is a narrative concerning rape that isn't explicit and as graphic as journalistic media would have it portrayed. I want my work to speak to those stories that go undocumented. The stories we discuss in our rooms of being catcalled, and no one understands how that is such a disposition to me. These are the nuances I want to speak to, that it's difficult having to endure sexual trauma, come to a place of healing, understanding of the situation, and a place where you can reclaim your sense of dignity and also not feel shame. Because of the hard nature of subject matter of the work, for me it was important to understand the encounter I experienced. My idea of rape was essentially latched onto what is projected conventionally, that it is a brutal account that leaves a bruise, a scar, a mark, that victims often don't survive these altercations, and that the perpetrators are these strangers we don't know, lurking around the corner. Because of that, I needed a material that could speak to these tensions, that could speak to a foul play, but also a flirtation, because I do draw or latch onto the idea of the game. So there was fun intended out of this encounter with this guy. So it was pointless to have these things placed as a boundary, because if you look at the work from a distance, it looks fence-like, it looks threatening. The knotted band looks like barbed wire. So the intention is to protect what is inside or to keep out any threat, but it is futile, because once you realize this isn't steel that you need to cut through, it's fabric. You can easily tear it. It breaks. It's a mess. In doing this, it was almost as if I came to an understanding of the experience and I could accept it for what it was. It had happened, and now how do I feel? So it became cathartic, and these works have helped me re-script the narrative of rape, the encounter of sexual trauma, and it brought a lot of understanding to it. So I feel like I am healing.